Hey, YouTube friends, welcome. We're going to do a traditional today, just chats back and forth on the best of 3, best of 1, but we're having a good run this week so far. Let's see if we can keep it going. I'm going to keep it going quickly here and just pop right in. We have a lot of gems thanks to our good run, so we'll just keep entering in gems. I like doing that when I'm over 5K in gems. I like to spend the gems. When I need cardboard for my table, I like the Card Kingdom. I go there with my cardboard needs. And whether they're helping me backfill some screw up in my own retail, which is more and more frequent, or whether they're helping me get something that I want. Let me show you. I'm slowly getting these. I got this one as just a little reward for myself because I've had a good couple of weeks in card sales, and I really want all of these, which is a shame because they're super expensive, but it gives me something to collect over time for my vintage cube. I really like these. Anything in my cube, anything that can go in a cube, a vintage cube, and is the old school frame foil. Oh, this is all I want. It's all I want are these things. Anyway, partly it was like I made a mistake and needed Card Kingdom to bail me out to backfill an inventory hole that I had sold something I didn't have, basically. Card Kingdom had it. But it was a really cheap card, and I actually didn't want to make somebody at Card Kingdom go fish out a 50-cent card on my behalf, and that's it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to buy this too. I'll get this for myself, and then the 50-cent card I need to not screw up my order. I could have also just let that 50-cent card order. But like I said, I don't want to risk any negative feedback, so I take care of it the best I can. Card Kingdom helps me out with that. If you check them out, remember to use my various affiliate links. Thank you so much. These foiled are expensive. What I might do is just get the unfoiled versions, so that, because the theme of my vintage cube tends to be like, there's a lot of different reasons I'll pick one version over another, but mostly the driving philosophy behind my card choices for my vintage cube is the original art foiled. If the original art for the card exists in foil, that's what I want. And older the better. So if there's I just want the earliest version of a card in general. And because of that, even though these aren't the earliest version, the fact that they use the retro frames is what is just dead on for my thematic philosophy around that cube. So new cards looking retro is just perfect. And and kudos to Wizards for understanding that and making them. Samuel, I don't think they've lowered it, or I haven't noticed, but they could. It's the kind of thing they could change on us without saying anything explicit. Hey, I've tried to figure out how to beat Edgar many times, but have not yet had Edgar myself. Let's go ahead and start Edgar and try to lean into that. Edgar, we had a fun interaction where we beat Edgar by blocking it with the 2/3 Death Touch ETB Exile from a Graveyard, the Scavenger. But then we feign deathed it, brought it back, and the timing all worked to actually exile Edgar before Edgar could do its graveyard, its thing. So anyway, we're going to take Edgar. No question. Actually, what I should do, though, is look at the rest of the pack. Some decent white here in Heron and Drogskull, so we might not see... I'm curious, between Adamant Will, Infantry, and Heron, which, if any of these, come back? We could take some support for casting Edgar here, knowing that that could help us splash Edgar if we wanted. But here's Undying. It's funny, Undying Malice and Scavenger is the exact combo I was talking about. We could, on that front, take the Scavenger. We could take the Awakening. It's a solid card. I think maybe a little early for that. If I didn't have Edgar, what would we take? If we just had a, if we had goof grab nothing. Celebrants as the only red card is a little interesting. You like the Pack Song. Pack Song can get out of hand. Mama likes the Scavenger. That's the thing. Scavenger is in the running even if we didn't have Edgar, right? But we could take the land. I think I'm going to take the Scavenger, but the Sanctum is a totally legit pick. And I think Distracting Geist is good enough to take here over the Wilds, the Malice, or the Slayer. Or if we pivot away from Edgar, what are we doing? We're looking at Lantern Bearer. This is not really something we want. Scorpion is okay, but I don't think that Lantern Bearer or Toxic Scorpion are particularly better even than the Geist. So since Geist is right in range with the best in the pack anyway and is on plan with our bomb, we'll take it. Yeah, I get what Luis is saying, and I certainly defer to his magic brain. But I suppose you can think of Evolving Wilds as more 1-drops. And if you don't have a lot of them, they're going to fit in your deck better. But I still really like casting my spells. 1-drops I can't cast. I would rather have an Evolving Wilds. You like big butts and you cannot lie. I don't know if we want big butts here. We could take it, I guess. I kind of just like a Slayer. I really don't like this card, but I guess, you know, sometimes it's an annoying 5/3 flyer. I guess we'll take it. I don't love it, though. Infantry I kind of love. Gluttonous Guest is good. Ghoul's a solid 2. I think I like Infantry over Guest. I think I go Infantry, Guest, Ghoul, and then Knife and Malice are here. So I'm going to go 2-drop. Griff Rider on 3. Underwhelming, but not embarrassing. At the very least, you know, like the trouble with some of these training cards is like the 1/2 for 2. If you're not attacking, you have just literally a 1/2 for 2. It's so bad. And yeah, 2/1 flyer for 3 is definitely below rate at this point in time, but it's not below rate on power. Generally, you're still getting 2 power of flying for 3 mana, so it's still there before, still there where it counts, which is the power. And I like that over the Specimen here, I think. I don't mind the Specimen. I just don't want many of them, and I don't care if I have 0. Now we're on Ghoul versus Recluse, and you like Finery? I barely see these. Should I see these? That's true. Black-white is the home for these. I still don't think we should see them. I like trying to flip this thing. If you can flip this, it's good. You just need a little bit of blood, and you can get there. Ghoul pick 8 here is fine. I don't think we want this Geist. And now Ghoul's going to make me want a Skelly a little more. Yeah, I've passed Skellies, but I believe you'll see that we'll get one. Like, and here's the pick where I was wondering what we'd get back. There was the 2 good white creatures that are gone, so there's at least a couple other white drafters. We could take the Adamant Will, but a second Ghoul both solidifies our 2s and gives me more of a reason to prioritize future Skellies. We're also best of 3. We could take something like aim. Yeah, I should have at least looked at some of the alternatives to marrying Edgar, but I did speak to it in those first few picks and was trying not to marry him in the first handful, but kept finding that, like, especially with the Scavenger pick and the Geist pick, there just wasn't that much else in the pack competing. Certainly nothing that would take you off of supporting a first pick Edgar. Oop, sorry, that was me chatting away a pick there. Should we Malice or Slayer? We're doing pretty good on 2s. So we could take a Malice, and then, but we don't really want a Malice Edgar, but I like yeah, we'll take a Malice. Slipping a Malice in here is fine, and looks like I really like being this solid on 2s this early. I still don't like this. We're not doing the Dawnheart Geist like ever. Probably not doing this either. I think it's a solid first pack. Not a solid pack 2, pack 1 for our deck, though. We get only 1 white card, and I hate it. And another solid couple of 2s. You take a Ritual. You really think this is worth pivoting? Or Suitor. Someone's calling for Suitor as well. I feel like we're pretty balanced here. It's going to be tough to get us off either of these colors. I think it's... Well, we can take I think we can hedge because none of these matter that much. The opportunity cost for taking Geralf isn't that high. Maybe we either get hard forced into blue, or we just find a legit reason to splash. But the opportunity cost there was pretty low. Now, though, the discipline needs to come into play. Like, I really don't want to get distracted too much by the blue. I think we're on Retribution, Infantry, and here's a Specimen. But let's get some interaction. We don't really have any yet. Piercing Light could continue the interaction. Adamant Will probably wheels. I think I'm taking first Specimen now with a couple of ghouls I'm likely to play. And yeah, these packs aren't great, but Specimen can also just help keep us alive to get to something like Edgar to bail us out. And it will make me want to... It also, if we do end up somehow banking into the blue lane, you like the Piercing Light? Yeah, you're not wrong that this is... I just feel like I don't even like all of my, like, I like a Bolt, but man, when it has to be attacking or blocking... All right, well, we can try to wheel the Skelly. I don't want to end up with none and regret it, but here's one we could take anyway. But Heron Blessed Geist, are we doing enough to do this? Enchantment. We have some backside enchantment stuff going on, which is really how you try and get there. But it's not great in this deck. I think this is where I'll just take a Specimen. Dissenter continues to support 2-drops and Exploit. Syncopate, maybe the best card here. Waltzer could be splash if we're looking at potentially splashing. You like this artifact? Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm going to go with the Dissenter, I think, over hedging on Waltzer. I think that's right. But I don't know, maybe it's right to take the Waltzer. I just feel like we got a solid lane here with white-black, and less and less am I interested in splashing. Shield Basher is fine. Where are we at on 4s? We're a little thick, you don't need too many 4s is the thing. Sure. That makes sense. Previous pack. Yeah, over a second specimen or any of this other stuff, or a hedge away from. I mean, there's this red. There was a this lane to kind of get into some red potentially, but now we get guest number 1 over malice number 2 or head number 1 or slayer number whatever. Yeah, if we can not play this, that seems fine to me. Speaking of fine, we can take Finery. I think Blood Fountain number 1 over a Finery or Awakening. Evolving Wilds, I would take that. Wilds, but could quote help with the splash. I just don't know if I even want to. I'm going to take Blood Fountain number 1. Another Ghoul or a Grisly Ritual number 1. Yeah, let's take first Ritual. I think Chad is right here. It's just a playable spell at this point in time. We're going to toss this right in the board. Skelly wheeled here. So did an Adamant Will. I don't know if we want a second Skelly. I'd rather have a combat trick for these early plays. I think we're playing that. Sure, let's open the demon and pack 3, pick 1. I'm in for that. Ha! Bug doesn't matter on the last pick. No such luck. There is a mythic we could take if we just wanted to build our mythics. Collection building is a fine basis for a pick. And really, his opportunity cost is pretty low. There's a Minister, Gargantua, and another Ghoul. I'm going to pull this. I don't think we're there. Although we could take the Wilds. That Mythic is great. It's double red. I don't know. Minister's the grown-up pick. I'm going to be collection buildy and just take the Mythic. Modeling behavior. I recommend taking Mythics if you like building a collection. Yeah, this isn't a great Minister. I'd still probably play it, but it's not the best home for it. Take a Farmer. Pointed Discussion and Piercing Light here as well, but I think Farmer... Yeah, we also don't have a great great curve at 3, so I like filling out the 3 with a Farmer. Ooh, speaking of 3s, we got a couple to choose from. Maybe we wheel this. Should we just try and wheel this? I think we got to take Hero's Downfall and try to wheel the Purifier. And if it doesn't, so be it. But this is too good to pass. We'll get something out of that pack. There's a lot of good stuff for us in there. Pointed Discussion, but I think just another infantry is where I'm pulled. You like the flyer? Yeah, Heron. First Heron could be the play. Especially if we think we might wheel the lifelink enabling thing. We are pretty thick at 2. Okay, I'm sold. Probably means we're not playing the Shield Basher, which we probably weren't before anyway. Bleed Dry is a gift. We've had some bad pick 1, so we're getting it made up with some good pick 6s here. Ancestor, nice. I think that's pretty cleanly the pick here. Well, yeah, Minister maybe. I think I like Ancestor better in this deck, but yeah, Minister is... Sorry, I glossed over Minister. And it is doing the life gain thing too. Sure, we'll take first Minister. Wouldn't mind one of them 3-drops though. Another Distracting Geist over either of these. I feel like we're a little bit... Yeah, Socialite's reasonable as well, Tron. Ooh, now I'm running out of time. I think I'm going to go Distracting Geist because of curve, because I don't want to play the Rider if I don't have to. And we're pretty good at 4, so that was a curve decision. Yeah, we take a Slayer. I don't think we're maining that many 2s. Like, we take another Mind Leech Ghoul, but this is where I think an Evolving Wilds I'm in for. We do have some 1s, but I don't care. I like casting my spells. And we're good on playables, so let's cast our playables. Nice pick 10 as well. Interaction or discussion. I think since we got some removal this pack in the Bleed Dry and the Grizzly, I think I like getting some card draw as opposed to another Piercing Light when we already have one. These came back as well. Interesting. What do you like? Another 4 or another 2? We're not playing this. Scav. Yeah. Yeah, Purifier didn't wheel. I kind of was thinking it probably wouldn't. We're playing the trainee. I don't want a second Malice, so I'll just take a Finery for... Well, we got pretty serious with Edgar pretty quickly, but I think it's paid off with a solid deck. And just got 4 cuts to make. We are on 18-9 as our split. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, I like cutting the Traveler. These 4, trimming the 4. We could cut the Rider. That's why I wanted a 3, because I figured I was cutting the Rider if we could. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna pull our weakest stuff over here. Man, I'm gonna put Adamant Will in the pile, but I like it. Yeah, we could cut the big, expensive 6-drop removal and be a little greedier on land, but we are best of 3. Yeah, Specimen is a fairly weak. Like, this whole package, I'll move over here and be like, I don't know how much we're thinking all this matters. You know what I mean? Like, these are all supposedly enabling each other, but it's not super appealing to have that small of that going on. Small. Yeah, that's another point. That's a fair point. I just assumed that I'm going to have enough blood to flip this thing, but we really didn't end up with a ton. We have the Guest producing some blood. I should put the Slayer over here as well as being just a very much a 2. A hole-filling 2. Probably cut Slayer before I cut a Ghoul. At least, you know, Slayer doesn't do anything unless they're Vamps. So I probably should cut Slayer over Ghouls. And yeah, the Blood Fountain, Ritual. Does this do anything? No. That's basically it. Oh, pointed discussion. Yeah. So there's some. I think that's just enough to keep it. It's really powerful when it flips. A 3/3 that drains is quite good, especially since again the floor is still 2 power for 2 mana with no downside. I cut Specimen. Yeah, let's do that. I see what you did there, Pablo, and you're dead on correct with your analysis as well. Okay, well, how about this? Is this a deck? What are we looking at? 14-9. We trimmed a lot of our creatures, but let's make sure there's not a creature we don't want to bring back in. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna play that. We could bring, if we were to bring in one of these creatures, I kind of like the Griff Rider at 3. but what's going to make it bigger? What are you hoping to train it with, Ryan? The Edgar? Like, what else? There's nothing else. Nah, never mind. It's a 2-powered flyer. So then I'm looking at maybe the Traveler. Or a hole filling 2. Give Buffy a chance in the main. But yeah, well, I'm with you, Pablo. So I guess then we just are living at 14. I just want to make sure 14.9 is fine. Yeah. I just don't like Undying Malice and Blood Fountain get worse as your creature count goes down, simply because you're just less likely to have a thing you want to use these abilities on. 14 is still fine. I'm just saying, though, it's always a concern when you're losing creature count and you have that kind of stuff in the deck. That being said, call it Edgar's the Charmed Groom, so we're going to call it Prince Charming. So is Edgar's marrying Olivia Valdarin? Is that the marriage that's happening in the story? Piercing Light has not really been a factor in many of my games either way. I guess this is me finding out. I'm nervous about it, but also not sure what I would bring in anyway. So, like, if you said you have to cut Piercing Light and bring in a spell, Ryan, I would bring in what? Like, there's creatures I guess I would bring in at that point. But I do think it's the best. Like, if our opponent has zombies, for example, we can bring it in. It'd be a good thing to take over that. But Will or Malice for a creature, yeah, those are, that would be the thing, to cut something like Blood Fountain, Malice, and Will being the ones that want creatures. We could cut one of them to add creatures, but I'm going to go with this. We're going to try 14. Maybe I'll be results oriented and change it later on, but that's where I'm at. Let's get playing. But, with better lands. And let's switch up sleeves. We've got so many sleeve options that we don't play around with. How about lightning bolt?
All right, everyone, chill.
Just chill, okay? Yeah, we'll keep that. Infantry on 2 into Farmer or Guest. Probably Farmer. Guest and Malice up on 3. Oppo not doing anything on 2 yet. I like it. Thanks, Pablo. I'll fix that. I know I remembered to adjust the record to 0, but not this part of it. Well, we're flooding a little bit here. Guest will help with that by giving us some blood to work with. And is there any reason to cast this pre? Nope, we've got a clean attack. Let's start that. We'll hold Malice up, but likely crack the Vial before we untap. We're going to pitch the Plains. We got a lot of double black, but not really any double white that I remember. Ritual may be necessary here. I was asking myself how we're going to beat a Socialite. We can race it. We've got some lifelink. We could swing in with everything, but they would, if they block, they're going to block the farmer, so we don't really get the Malice trick with the farmer. I kind of like Doom Dissenter pass here. And then if they send in Socialite, double blocking Doom Dissenter with something like the Guest, and then deciding what to do. Well, no, we should maybe... Well, we'll see if they... they're going to sack a Vial, so it's going to be like a 5/5. I don't think we're going to be able to block to kill it, but I like... potentially letting doing Undying Malice on the thing that's going to die and flipping the farmer. Like, yeah, we could triple block. Yeah, I guess we could just put everything on there. It still means that we're just going to Undying Malice the farmer, and then the farmer is going to come back as a 3/3. That would be what happens, but we can think about that. Let's let them attack first. My goal was to, like, flip the farmer, and if we involve the farmer in a block, though, we're not going to flip it, is my thing. So those are the choices, though. Block basically with everything, and try to get it. It's probably worth it. I think maybe I'm being too hung up on worrying about flipping the farmer now. Instant speed removal is bad news to an extent. Yeah, bleed dry. Bleed dry is bad news because then it's gone. This doesn't work, and we. So I'm actually going to do my original plan and go ahead. I can even block with the infantry because getting that back doesn't suck. Or getting enchantment mode on this. Yeah, we can just take it too. I'm looking at it as an opportunity. It's like these just don't cost us much, and it flips the farmer. I'm gonna go with my gut. No, yeah, maybe I'm being a little silly. Yeah, I'll just take it for now. I feel like there's a good line here to go ahead and let something die. Potentially Malice. But we do have a ritual that we're a land away from. Well, now we got troubles. So now we really want a sixth land so that we can just... Oops, did I lose... Wait. I may have lost mouse power. Hold on. Sorry. It is what it is. What? Oh, my USB's not working. Come on, computer. What is going on? Oh, this might be a busted mouse or something. I thought I had a backup plan. I knew I was taking this risk. I just thought I had a plan for it. This is why you never scoop, right? This might happen to your opponent. It is what it is now. I'm not going to panic or worry about it. I'm just going to get it done. But sorry about that. I'll have a better plan in place next time. I do like a cordless, though. Well, that kind of sucked. Now where are we at? So now what's their play? Sure feels like a, well, I guess Blood Hypnotist changes some blocks here. I bet they put it on Dissenter. Don't let us get value from that. Oh, no infantry block. Okay. So infantry can't block. I think we have to try to gang the security here and use our Undying Malice to at least, now that they don't have Bleed Dry mana up. Bleed Dry was the big ugh. Now at least we have Undying Malice for something like Destroy Target Creature or a Braid. Unfortunately, it does stop the block from working, right? We can Undying Malice whatever they abrade, but it does disrupt the security block, even if we save the creature. Well, looks like we get it. That's fantastic. I could cast Malice and like save the guest, but if we're trading guest for the wedding security, this is great. One gluttonous guest per security. Yeah, I'm not going to risk a blowout. Like, we're just going to accept. I accept your terms. That's just fantastic for us. Uh-huh. And now, unfortunately, I think we don't get the flip, but we do get our farmer back. We'll do that. Hey, Alexis. Don't worry, we don't keep attendance in this class. You're free to come and go. No blocker over there. Probably just gonna plunk that Socialite and then be able to flip the Recluse at the next land. Although Socialite, yeah, it's still probably more important than either of these two. But let's start with a farmer infantry attack. We could even send the Dissenter. If they want to eat the Dissenter, it flips the farmer and we get a 2/2. So I'm gonna. Oh, you like just play Recluse, but let's Recluse. Let's attack first though, right? There's no reason not to attack here. Yeah, I'm swinging with all. I'm definitely swinging with these two. The question is whether to swing with a Dissenter, and the answer is yeah. You keep it back to block. Damage. I guess. Yeah, see, they did it anyway. I love it. But you might have been right, Tron. I think I got lucky. Tron might have been right with his line, even if how it worked out for me is great. I'm going with Haj's line of just playing out the Recluse. We don't need to kill anything right now. In fact, if we find a land off the top, it's great. We get to kill something, get a... oh, no, never mind. Land off the top, we need to play it. I was getting all fancy on flipping the Recluse soon, but that takes too many cards. We sure are racing now. Double Socialite. But they're out of blood again for now. For now. Ugh. For now, indeed. So there's our land that we're going to be able to pitch to the blood, but we can't do it all this turn. We'll hold the land for next turn. And what do we need to ritual? 2 Socialites. I guess we kill a Socialite. And this is tougher race, though, right? We have... But then we get to crack in with lifelink for 5. So then that feels pretty great. So we're actually... Yeah, never mind. I was worried about the race, but kind of neglected to do the math on the Harvester. We're in good by getting rid of the Socialite and attacking. Especially with the blood behind. And not sending the Recluse. This can be double blocked. Guess we just send the Harvester, and we might use our infantry to get a chump / double block trade. And I like that to give us a defense while swinging the life race in a big way in our favor. Yeah, in the dark, if you tell me, Ryan, you're in a race, one side has a 5/4 lifelinker. Which side do you want to be? In the dark, I'm taking the 5/4 lifelinker side. This, it flips. If it might not matter with the life totals. I don't know how many times attacking with a 3/3 and triggering the drain will happen, but it's nice to have that in the wings as well. Great draw from Oppo to get action back, Wedding Security and Socialite back to hand. Now we're this is a pretty good draw for us, though. We can blood away a land and have a distracting Geist to support our attack next turn. If we send the Harvester now, it's likely to be double blocked by Socialite and Guest, but that's okay. Yeah, we could pitch this as a... We could do that now. That's true. I wasn't thinking of just disturbing this. Do we get like win target game if we just put this on... I gotta figure this out. We got one... That's an interesting play. Maybe I should do that. Because we can tap down the Socialite then. Let's try that. Maybe I gotta do something here. I'm running out of time. So I don't want to use up another hourglass on this. And then... this on, well, now I guess I am using an hourglass. Where do we want to put this? Not on the Recluse. Harvester is the one we want to be attacking with anyway. But it's the one they're going to double block, right? So we're kind of giving it up. All right. Can't they? Oh, yeah, because we're going to tap this. That's the whole point. Never mind. You're right. That's what we're trying to get around. So we send this. We are okay with them double blocking that. I think we send all of this. Because if they want to eat one of these, that's good for us. We get through 7. Yeah, I could have just held the wilds and pitched it, I suppose. I was thinking thin and then do it next turn, but I probably didn't think through that properly. I was too worried about this other play, which I also didn't think through properly. Welcome to Magic. They're going for the double. I'm down with that. I will go ahead and at least do the thinning as prescribed. Let's see if they crack again, looking for more life and more answers. Man, I feel so betrayed by the mouse I had available. Like, I have the mouse! The USB port is bent or something. Ah, well. Yeah, we're at 20 with a life linker. We'll take. Yeah, demon to end game. Demon to undo work. Oh, how about bleed dry for the serious lulls? So now we're going to bleed dry the security, tap down the socialite, and be in great shape. Let's rummage first. Maybe we'll find an absolute win or something. You're right. Tron is right. Start with the obvious. Too bad we can't point them out, but this will be a fine follow as needed. Any reason to go for socialite over security? I don't think so. Well, I think we should kill, like, right? We just want, you want to tap the 4/4 and kill this? You just don't want to use this at all? Yeah, you want to blow out a double block? I was just going for straight value, but Haj wants to do that. We'll do it. We'll try it. We'll go the Haj way. So we're blowing out a double block instead, but I don't know how much that got us. Maybe I didn't do it the way Haj even wanted, but I thought that, like, feels like just killing the thing and getting in for more would have been better when we got there. But I don't know about that last sequence. I believe you, Hodge. I'm just saying I don't know. I couldn't quite fully process that. I'll look at it later. Any changes? We do have this aim for the head. It's really just an opposing vampire deck, though. I don't really see any changes. It was a tough few last cuts anyway. I think we're just running this back. Yeah, vampire. Sorry, you're right. Vampire Killer is legit. That's not fair, Ryan. Vampire Killer is legit, especially since we're running 2 Mind Leech ghouls. I think against 100% vamps, they get a little better than the ghouls, right? So we could do that. Slight upgrade, I think. I mean, hey, they can block security, right? Slayer and Socialites, you know, do one of the guests in a Slayer, and we can take down a Socialite. This looks all right. And a second swamp makes it better because now we have downfall possible. Probably farming next turn, though. Maybe scavenging after that. Hypnotist. Well, they could go Blood Crack and then Dissenter has no block, but we're going to make them do that, I guess. Well, we can also... Yeah, anyway, I'm dropping Farmer. Pretty simple. Just wondering if we're going to get to chump with the Dissenter. I'd like to chump with the Dissenter both to get the 2/2, but also to get something to scavenge for a double drain. I don't think you're going to get me to cut an Evolving Wilds. Not even Luis Scott Vargas can get me to cut an Evolving Wilds here. All right. This is great. Oppo giving us the Farmer Flip, the Scavenger Food, and the token is, like, great. Yeah, that's why I brought it up. I'm stubborn. Consensus top 5 all-time player is not going to get me to change this behavior. Now I like Downfall Crack In. Mwah, Samuel. Come waste your time with me. That was my Slack, by the way. Still haven't turned... Still am reminded on air to do something I'll forget to do later. I get there's a cost for the Evolving Wilds type cards. I just think it's totally a cost worth paying. And if that puts me at odds with Haj and a Hall of Famer, I guess it does. No sweet use of all our mana here, so what do we want to do? Probably just Heron, get the Heron going, and then it'll make the Scavenger drain a little bit better when that happens. Yeah, we'll swing first. Can probably slow down on land. I guess we probably want 6. I mean, we got a point of discussion, so we're going to draw and cast stuff too. But we do want blood fodder. So at some point you stop playing your lands. That's one of the things to figure out game to game, deck to deck in this format. Yeah, we could have refilled hand and maybe found a 2-drop to follow up with, but I think this is a good thing to get going. Again, especially ahead of the Scavenger, a little extra drain there. My heuristic is to wait till I'm out of gasoline to buy more gas. But there you go. We could have drawn the Slayer and played it. And now we'll go to 6 land and we can do Scavenger, Slayer, and then refill next turn. Yeah, it's a timing thing, mostly out of gas. So just looking at that, we can attack with this, but it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to start with a Heron attack and then double spell. I could give lifelink, but I'd rather just deploy 2 things, especially Slayer attacking through guests, blocking Hypnotists and killing them. This is Slayer's. As much as we're like, Slayer kills everything that's already going to die. Yeah, not all the time. This is actually a good play here, and a good thing that chat remembered to remind me that I had it. Had a couple of them to bring in. And they have Blood Fountain, so exiling creatures from their yard also has extra value. We're in a great spot here. 2 of our 3 ground creatures can attack into the guest and win. The other one bounce blocks. And no block that all day long. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, create a tapped black zombie creature token once each turn. So even if they do something with this turn, it's not going to block. So we're probably golden here. We might not have the win, but I think we get him to near dead. Scavenger just does it, I think. We'll swing in and then I guess I can even activate Heron, but I'll start with a attack all. It's close. Yeah, 1 short. We're going to keep swinging away. Can't scavenge and discussion, so we might as well give something lifelink. Oh, it gives itself lifelink. Never mind. I was thinking it gave targeted lifelink. That would be too good. Yeah, that's okay. You're allowed to win that combat. We're still gonna get there. Scavengers. Scavengers is one of those cards that felt more medium than it ended up being at the beginning of the format, because it's that combination of 5 medium things, but the 5 medium things add up to this card that's more than the sum of its parts. Well, we got a flyer to block over there. Let's go ahead and point it, and maybe we find a win. Oh, do I still just win? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they do have block. Oh, this can't block, so they only got 3. Yeah, it looks like we just got a win. They might have removal here, so I should, for discipline purposes, point to discussion first anyway. Looks like we got the win, but we shouldn't do something like not have a bleed dry to make it a sure thing, right? So now we just, I'm going to bleed dry the flyer and... yeah, Innistrad can't block, but they have a card. We're aware that they have a card, gang. If they have an Abrade, we don't win that turn. So still go ahead and solidify it. Oh, the flyer can't block? Maybe there was multiple things that couldn't block, but anyway, I still think heuristically speaking, drawing those cards there before combat is absolutely correct, right? I don't know, maybe, but Pablo's winking at me anyway. I think I had it right. Whatever. Good start.
Thank you. We got more!
Camp is here! The camp is
here! Interesting hand. Prone to flood, but we do have our 6-drop. That if we do flood out from here, we can hold lands 7 and 8 and pitch them to the ritual. We have something to do on 2. The only real disaster is if we just mega flood. Like, we just find 4 lands off the top and aren't doing anything but the Mind Leech Ghoul. I think the power of the blood tokens on this 6-drop says keep. The bell curve, like 85% is just my gut, but I feel like 85+% of the time we draw a mix of stuff here that's fine, right? That's going to give us a perfectly good chance in this game. And then there's some disaster cases in that 10 to 15 range. Exploit my ghoul. I'm going to decline that particular option. So here's downside number 1. We didn't find anything to do on 3. Was hoping to, didn't. Now they've got a pretty good attack. I don't necessarily want to trade my 2/2 for their 2/2 that effectively draws them a 4-mana aura. But yeah, trade exile makes sense. Let's do that. We got Scavenger up next. Or Edgar up next. I still kind of like the Scavenger, although I doubt they go next turn Scavenger onto Crawler, and if they do, then we just pop off Ritual in a couple of turns and it's fine. I kind of, you know, we could absolutely Edgar here and not worry about this thing yet. Some people still like Scavenger. Some people are on Change the Plan. Yeah, we could even trade. They can go ahead and make this a 5/4 and we trade and it's still good for us. Yeah, I'm on Edgar. I'm doing Edgar. Especially because it's a bomb that they need to exile kill. Well, but and frankly, white can do that, you know, but over time. Still get our Blood Fountain plus Scavenger, so kind of coming up Millhouse here, and we go ahead and send in, like, go ahead, what are you gonna do? Block away, block away. They probably block with Spore Crawler and maybe Wolf, but I'm fine with starting the Edgar flip. That's the point of the card. Yeah, they don't even want to block. Now we get to go Scavenger and Blood Fountain. Sweet value there. Sweet value here. Land number 6 for the Ritual, plus 3 blood tokens to turn our next 3 land draws into something else. So, Scavenger trade here, given the Blood Fountain? Or say, yeah, we can race. They're at 14. We crack back with Scavenger. I think we just say no blocks. You don't think it's a good race? Maybe I'm being overconfident. Yeah, that didn't help. So... Kill Flyer, leave Scavenger back, and don't compound the non-block. I think I should have blocked. So, yeah, kill Flyer, but then do we want to sit back with Edgar or send Edgar? I think at 15 with a Death Toucher on blocks, we could still send Edgar. But maybe I should just get defensive here. That if we kill the Flyer, we have the ground on lock. They got 1 card. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill the Flyer and stay back. I'm on that plan now. We got such a nice long game set up here that we should take advantage of that. There we go. And I think I like discussion first. And now, do we want? I don't even think I want to play. Let's cycle away one planes at least. And now we can hold retribution, stay back, and end of turn cycle if we don't use the retribution. Look at me not playing any more lands, Haj, because you're right, I shouldn't. We want the real power of the blood token is turning your basic lands into cycle 1 lands in the late game. I'm not super psyched about turning my spells into cycle 1 spells. I mean, if we learned anything from Ikoria, it's like the cycle 1 spells were valuable largely because of the cycling interactions, not because we were super psyched to cycle away one of our 23 precious spells, right? I would have even listened to LSV there, yes. I mean, I'll listen to LSV when he's right. So now let's put some blocks on and then have the retribution in response. Let's go here. Here? I like that. Let's find out. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to block the bystander. I'm playing kind of quick here. And yeah, we'll go ahead and take that offer. The pumping nature of this made me instinctively block it, but I think you're right that the bystander would have been a better block. Boy, we got glad we got all this blood, huh? I should actually not be so hasty. We do have a blood fountain here. I was not letting me undo. There we go. I just wanted to actually reset and take a think, because if there's a 2-drop that we, you know, like maybe we wanted to play the Mind Leech Ghoul and go this. I just wanted to look. I hadn't really looked. Yeah, just wanted to check, right? Trying to do my homework before acting. We could do the rummage thing again. We could rummage this and play it, but we're not on the front foot here, so I like just playing this as a creature to block with. And then hanging on to these. You like rummage one more time? I was pretty happy to play this. But yeah, Ghoul Sack Edgar, that's interesting, Rob. Yeah, I was just figuring this was good enough, and then we hold up rummaging, and we have a nice pause to represent everything. We're at 5 here. All right. Wow. Floody. But so much, like 1, 2, 3. Basically, we drew 4 cards because of blood. My goodness. Gaining some life doesn't suck. We're going to do that. And then hold. Still don't really have attacks on this board, but if we can start plucking up our life total, that's fine. Heading the right direction over there. Maybe I'm supposed to play land now? I don't know how much more blood production we have, and we do have draw creature cards, right? 4 mana to draw cards. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to start swinging away to have something else to get. Yeah, see, with all... I don't know how much blood... Let's see, let's actually look. Piercing Light, Adamant Will... Doom, Ghoul, Recluse, Geist, Farmer, Gluttonous. We have 1 guest. But that's it. So like we can only make one more blood in the whole deck anyway, so I should get back to actually playing land. Yeah, we can just start sending in Edgar, that's true. Or, yeah, tap the Spore Crawler. Offer that. Probably just minister our way back to health. But yeah, we can do that. Minister Geist. But then are we happy with just a 4/4 and a 2/3 back on D? Certainly doing at least this. Like, we don't necessarily have to attack, but I think I'm gaining life off the Minister. Yeah, that's my instinct. Hodge's line is my instinct, so I'm just going to go with that. Downfall gives us some action against a crackback. Now we can think about that play. And do we like Geist or Edgar on that? I almost like leaving Geist back as a trade / chump, and then we can use it as an aura. But Edgar is just a nice wall here. So yeah, okay, I'll go with the Geist. And tapping down Crawler means they have to give up something to take this trade. And we can play an 8th mana and actually have cast this and have Hero's Downfall up. Yeah, just use Blood Fountain to get it back. Can do that too and recast that right now. Do we want to hold Hero's Downfall up, though? All right, so then we're just going to pass and crack this at end of turn. And do we need to play a land? Again, there's no... our blood sources are so few at this point, I'm going to go ahead and play another land. Do we want a Downfall before we untap? Yeah. Maybe my plan's not very cohesive, Hodge. But at this point... Yeah, sacking Edgar to the Ghoul. You're right. I don't think we use the Downfall. That's kind of was the question there. Oh, a couple of distracting Geists is super interesting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can go Geist, hold up Downfall, but we can also go Ghoul Geist, hold up Downfall. All right. Let's send the Scavenger as Hodge suggests. I think they just trade for the Crawler, but we're okay with that. No, we're not going to do Edgar this turn. I'm going to go play land and Geist, hold up Downfall. And I guess I gained some... Oh, I screwed up by not giving our Duder an extra point of power, but it didn't matter anyway. It got blocked. But we definitely want to gain life over leaving up a 1/1 to block with. Now... Gain life... attack all Ghoul Edgar? Is that fancy play, or do we just want to do that? Here we start by doing this, though. Our life total is getting up there now. And just Mind Leech Ghoul for no sack? I think that's fine, especially with the downfall. Let's just get wide and hope this is good enough. Yeah, we could sack a Geist and replay one, I suppose, but I think this is just all fine. Yeah, we can put it on another creature, but in this case, it's more power on board. It doesn't add power. If it was like +2/+1 in the tap thing, sure. No, Edgar leaves the battlefield, so anything on Edgar would fall off. Now we downfall something, and well, we can downfall and go for. I'm just gonna. We can go for the win, but it seems so safe to not even bother. We get to tap down the wolf. These are the same creature, so it doesn't really matter. And I think we just hold our ammo here and don't bother trying to spend a downfall there. This is all fine. I even like playing the Dissenter. If they have the White Wrath, it produces a lethal creature for us in response. And we can play this 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd have to play the land to hold up that, but I'm just going to pass. Yeah, we don't need to do that. No reason. There's something we'll kill. Simple game. Simple game. Yeah, it doesn't do anything yet. You're right. This is all Oppo spinning wheels right now. This is fine too. Now we can kill this. Do we care about them gaining 2 though? Even like that doesn't matter. They go to 3. We kill this. Even that doesn't, like, I still don't even need to show him downfall. This is all fine. Like, whatever. Right now, I'm still not showing him anything. Yeah, we just attack for the win here as it is, so all good. All right. Green, white. What are you up to, doggy? Rocket? I hear you skulking around the kitchen. I'm on to you. Well, we brought in Slayers against Vamps, but that was kind of like our big tech. I don't know if we got anything else we even want to really consider here. I don't think so. I guess against humans, we could consider bringing in the Traveler. And there is that. You know, this is a human deck. Is Traveler against humans better than any of our... better than Heron of Hope? I don't want to bring an aim unless I know I'm facing some zombies, basically. I want the fallback plan of it being a piece of removal. I'm gonna run it back. You think it's better than Heron? It's pretty close. Maybe if we go to 3, we'll try that swap. All right. Need a little bit of land here, but if we can get some support on that front, this is a fine opener. Minister, a decent draw if we're not going to draw a land. Ooh, Snarling Wolf with Piercing Light could be pretty interesting. On that front, I could not play a 2-drop, but I think we just play the infantry and not get fancy about this. Hopefully we'll find land next turn and be able to slot in a Piercing Light next to a Mind Leech Ghoul. Come on, Magic Gods, give us a basic. Hey, I'll take any land. Give us an Evolving Wilds, whatever, but some land, please. That's good that they're doing that. Not great that we did not find the land we were hoping for, but I guess now, well, I can go Ghoul. I should still go wide. Again, I could hold up some of this removal. Well, maybe it's worth it, because I could also use the Retribution here and then potentially have Ghoul plus Light when we find land. But if they're pumping the Wolf, I'm going to play the Ghoul for no sack. Yeah, it was probably just a turn 3 hiccup that they had to use the pump spell. We don't expect them to do it here. If they do, again, great. Well, this is only attacking, so we can't get it on blocks. But good news, we look really weak, so they're almost certainly going to send in their Mariner. You like swing 2/2s? What? But oh yeah, I guess we have Piercing Light. We would 2 for 1. That's a reasonable play, but we don't really care if it flips because we're just going to Retribution it. I was going to let it go to Knight and just kill it on attacks, but you know. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my original plan, but that's fair. We could offer Piercing Light plus a 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this. They might not even attack into the double block. Let's see if they do. And if they do, we probably do a double block and try to get them to use a trick or something, and then we Retribution in response. Oh, they can't block. Never mind. I don't read cards. It was theoretically though. Theoretically speaking, Pause doesn't say anything because they got a Snarling Wolf. We're going to go for it. What else? What choice do we have? If they can Adamant Will or whatever, we just needed that to happen. With that, we have a chance to crawl back in this. If they save that thing, we're kind of donezo. Might be anyway here. Yikes. Gain some life. Oh yeah, what is our record? We're 1-0 in the event. Guess I could have sent the 3 power, but I would like threatening the block. Oh, hold on. I unplugged my keyboard to try and plug in that mouse. Figured mouse was more important at that moment in time. All right, where are we at? Okay, we got Ored up. I think we got to try and offer something. Well, we can do... How about block the Snarling Wolf, make him pump, and then Piercing Light it, and then we'll have the blocker for next turn. Now they're damned if they do, damned if they don't.
That vile fiend! Ah!
Definitely go away with that. We need land. No land for us. But a spell we can play. Are we blocking? Yeah. I guess gain life and swing. I like that. We got this.
Where are we going? To Neverland. Neverland.
Neverland.
Neverland.
Neverland.
Oh, Neverland.
We got 26 cards in library. How about... The shuffler's broken. Who coded this? This is garbage. Garbage shuffler. Am I attacking or am I blocking? I guess I still threaten to block the Disciple with the Recluse, even if I attack with a Ghoul. It's a little bit aggro to be attacking at 11, but I'm not blocking with this yet. I'll be blocking with this here. All right, Brambleworm. Brambleworm is funny. Let's move on. Too late to beat the worm. No, it's not time to replace the Evolving Wilds. We have 2 1-drops we care about playing on 1. This Evolving Wilds is great. Straight up greatness. It wasn't even bad, that's the thing. Evolving Wilds showed up once. When it doesn't even make a difference. We'll keep this. Surely we won't get stuck on 2. What? Well, I'm going to attack because it's unlikely we have a block. They play a human, we don't have a block, so let's send in. Yeah, I played it last time. I'll fire it off again if we don't draw a land on our next draw step. All right. Well, I'm going to offer this again. Same reasoning, really. I'm not going to block with it, likely, with the Disciple. So we're going to send. And just play out the more aggressive creature here. Try to get, especially with Clock, we want to kind of be in a race anyway, if we can do it successfully. You don't want to be in a race you can't win. That makes it harder, for sure. So does the complete lack of mana. Probably going to have to guest now, just to set ourselves up to draw. But it almost ends the Paladin dropping and us not finding a fourth land is nail and coffin-ish, but we'll give it a chance. We can still, it's still going to be us somehow managing to race this. I don't think we're, although currently we do threaten to block the Paladin. So I guess we have to stay back, but this is just as bad news. Bad news, gang. Looks like we're going to take a match loss here. This seed feels so unlikely to work, but we got nothing else. I expect to be blown out, and then I expect to scoop. I didn't need to scoop, we were just dead.
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
Well, that's that game we play, doing its thing. But I try to measure myself in these spots based on how I'm reacting to it, and I give myself a thumbs up. We ran to a buzzsaw variance there and really never had a chance in either of those last two games. Oh well. Back to it. Not replacing Evolving Wilds. Oh, I actually had batteries much closer than I thought because I got my recharging thing here. Let's take that pesky battery that cost us. Hey, Oppo, if you just want to give us 1,000 gems, wouldn't be very good TV, but you know. Yeah, good games, or thanks for the match. That wasn't the best Magic, but that's what our game delivers sometimes. Yeah, we got screwed in the third game as well. We did it. In the third game, we did find our third land. It just wasn't enough. This is a keep, though. A little too much swampage, but 2 and a 3 is a keep. Oh, too much swampage, he says, drawing a swamp. This is just Magic laughing at us a bit today. So be it. Yeah, it's funny. I had the full gamut of mana experiences there, but in the first game I had enough blood to turn those lands into something. All right, well, a little flooded, but we do have blood lurking in the deck, and now we do have a full 2 to 4 curve out, so that's nice. Hero's Downfall becomes an option here. Fleeting Spirit, tough to manage, but no ability to pump the wolf. I'm going to send in the infantry here and not stay back to block. I'm going to play a Geist anyway that we can threaten to block with. Yeah, I was like, wait, is this game 4? No, just another green-white player. Well, we got Heron, we got Scavenger, we got Downfall. I'm going to play the land. We know we're going to do that. I'm thinking about this pig. Trouble is we kill the pig. The recruit still has a trainer in the spirit. So maybe we just drop the Heron and just leave everything back to potentially threaten blocks on a big training attack. So let's do that. I'm gonna play the Heron and then play defensively with 2 creatures that at least die into value. And on first train, these creatures are still going to be 2 toughness at most. So we're going to look to trade for that piggy. And yeah, the recruit doesn't really have an attack if they don't have tricks because we can eat it with the Heron. And what do we want to die? I think infantry dying to become an aura for the life-linking Heron is where we want to be. So I like that. And we could throw the Geist on this, knowing that their choice is discard a card or trade Geist for Spirit. So I think that's both of those results are good for us, so we should do that as well. Hook Hand plus Adamant Will is interesting. That's a 2 spell. Hero's Downfall plus Adamant Will is what I mean. Like, we can Hero's Downfall and Adamant Will for a 2 spell turn. I am going to be playing this land, so I'm going to do that. And then we can Distracting Geist. I think we need to hold up Downfall. Yeah, we only get 1 white spell a turn. That's a great point. We could go ahead and just scavenge, get a drain on, and threaten a Death Toucher on the Mariner. That keeps it from flipping. I kind of like that. Let's just scavenge, get some value there, and then save our spells. And I suppose I should attack first. There are 1 white spells, and I'm not going to block with this. Yeah. If they kill the Scavenger, setting up to block the recruit may have been worth it, but I'm going to risk it. Great. Just what we wanted to see, really. All right, they've gone for the flip. We now have a second plane, so we can 2 spell with white cards. 6 mana says we can Adamant Will and Infantry, or just Infantry activate Heron. I kind of like that. Although if we 2 spell, we can flip the Raider back. But if we get Infantry going with Lifelink, it doesn't really matter. We go to 22, they go to 10. I kind of like doing that and making them have something as a starting point. Yeah, exactly. We are just straight up racing this. That's true. Wolf Strike mana is real. I could But I have Adamant Will if they go for that. So we have Will backup. I'm going to do it. I hope they go for it. Yes, but if we Adamant Will to trade for their removal, we're super happy about that, right? There was a pause, though. Oh, it could be just Wolf, though. Wolf explains pause. And I guess I leave this back to threaten the block on the recruit. I think they would have gone for it. I mean, if they've got Wolf Strike here, I'm going to tip the cap. Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, wait, sorry. That's not what I wanted to do. I almost totally punted wildly. Oh, streaming a hard game. Good times abound. So no blocks. The lack of a recruit attack continues to suggest they have no interaction currently. So I'm just going to make this about my lifelinker and protect it when we untap. This card has been... I think the most I've ever seen it is a 4/4. So 14 to 10... For 7 mana, 5, we can do Geist plus Will. But I think we really want to activate Lifelink again. So effectively, we got 5 mana. So we have Downfall, Will. That's fine. Activate, Downfall, and Will is a good combo of stuff. And maybe, yeah, we could flip this, but we're just going to downfall it anyway. Maybe we just take it. Like the other thing, they could set themselves up where we just win with a crackback. We have 6 power here. If we Distracting Geist to take down 1 blocker, or we have an Adamant Will to get 6 in the air. I mean, there's just a lot of ways to get there from here. Like, yeah, they got to keep something back. But at 19, I think we just take this. We have lots of ways to win from here. And if they do something crazy, we still have the hero's downfall to respond. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we can absolutely take 12 here, looking for the win next turn. Because now, I think we just go downfall on the recruit. If that works, we get it. And then we have Will up to protect blockers from, like, damage-based... You don't even bother... You don't do this now? Yeah, but then we get to put Geist on. I'm going to do it. Web does beat Geist, that's true. But Adamant Will kind of makes me not scared, is the bottom line. Five, 6, 7, 8 mana gives us... Anyway, let's see how we're doing it. Let's see how we do. Yeah, we don't need the Geist, because if it's Web, the Geist, as pointed out, Geist doesn't beat Web anyway, so there's no reason to play it. I'm hoping that they're just destroying target attacker and we just adamant will. But I feel like even if they have... yeah, that's fine. Yep. That doesn't have reach. We got it. All right. One to the good, trying to find some gems out of this event. We've got another green-white werewolf/human deck, and therefore not much I want to do vis-a-vis sideboard. We were talking about the Traveler. Let's try that this time over Heron. I think against all these humans, that's legit. 5, because this is... I'm not in love with this when it's a sometimes 3/3 flyer for 4, but a mostly 5/3 flyer for 4 is appealing. So we're going to try it. Heron won the game, but so would a 5/3 flyer would have won it for us faster. You can keep both, I suppose, but I like our scavengers as well. We can find out, because here's the Traveler. So do we wish this was just a Heron? Hey, look, it's our favorite type of hand. That's true. The lifelink mattered, but anyway, we'll see. I think it's a justifiable decision. I also don't mind if you like keeping both. Again, I think they probably have pretty similar win percentages in this deck, in this matchup. Third land, just such a luxury, right? A fourth land? Now I feel like I'm unstoppable. Flood meme, sure. You know what you've asked for, Pablo. We're not drawing a spell again for the rest of this game. Fortunately, I think we can win with what we have. Now we get Ghoul with Undying Malice held up. Can double block and potentially Malice. Hey, Blade Fury Live. Welcome you and your buddy. We're going to decline this and look to double block with Creature Saver up. Let's see if they attack here. No attacks with us heading to Edgar would be quite nice. Oh, yeah. They could play Plains and like Aura, but without a Plains and Auraing up Edgar, we're in great shape. Yeah, all these werewolves are humans, right? That's why we're doing the Traveler thing. No third swamp to go Traveler, backed up by Malice. I think we just still drop the Traveler and send Edgar. Edgar's just like this great no-look, right? You know, whatever, send Edgar. What are you gonna do about it? And we could block with Edgar, but I'd rather get aggressive. Oh, and now they're out of... Not only do they not have a second color, they didn't have a play there. Maybe they did it on purpose. Flipping is good for them, but it's good for us too, obviously. Funny, no humans anymore. They're all wolves now. But it's funny, if we get it back to daytime, we still get our bonus, you know? So we can double spell to undo that. And to that end, we might do it here. I don't know why they're not attacking, kind of giving us an easy way of it. Farmer, attack in, have Malice up? Or Geist, or just have Downfall up on an attack? I think I'm just gonna... I know that I'm leaving... The farmer might have been able to flip. But I'm gonna send these without farmer. Yeah, farmer before attacks was the question. I decided no. I don't have great reasons for it, though. I can't really explain my reasoning on that one, other than I wanted to make a play, and I'm out of hourglasses. Because I instinctively knew that we were just going to win the game if we did that. See? Yeah, Oppo did not have a great one there. Kind of too... I mean, there was some interesting stuff happened in the last 2 matches, but 3 of the games in the last 2 matches were snoozer mana issue games, which is, you wish they were better, but hey, we got to 2 wins. We got some gems back. Unfortunately, our favorite game delivers some duds on occasion. But there was some good stuff in there today. It wasn't all wading through mana issues. And sometimes even the mana issues were funny, so we had a good sense of humor about it. It's all right. And another fun day of Magic. Thanks for hanging out, gang. We'll see you later, YouTube friends. Take care of yourselves, and give us a like and follow and all that good stuff. Catch you in the next draft.